Post-Haste. Jock is the newest engine on the Isledale Railway. He's a free steamer, and along with his bigger wheels, Jock is quite notably one of the railway's faster and stronger engines. One day, as he shunted a line of ballast wagons up the chute, he caught sight of Douglas with some vans. It was seemingly unloading big bags and putting them into lorries. Jock was rather confused and asked Oliver below, "Say, Oliver, are you lot losing out to the road? I thought you lot would be in stiffer competition with each other." Oliver looked confused, but quickly realised what Jock was staring at. "Oh, no, Jock. That's the postal service. We get the post from the mainland and across the island and distribute it at the stations. Wherever we can't go, we give it to the post vans and they take care of the rest. You got to be quick about it though, the post can't be delayed, it's rather valuable." The small engine raised a brow. "Do the other railways have postal services?" "Of course," replied the tank engine. "People across the island have things they want to send to each other, and sometimes the railway is the only option for them." Jock pondered on that thought. He pondered even further on why their railway didn't have a postal service of their own, and he brought it up with the other engines later that evening. "I've come to a realisation. Well, it had to happen at some point," quipped Rex. "What's been rattling around in that smoke box of yours then, We offer lovely scenic journeys with the coaches, a necessary supply with the ballast and granite trains, and we even go as far as to help farmers transport their wool for market. So why aren't we doing a postal service?" The others looked quite perplexed. Mike was about to say something snarky when Bert calmly stepped in. "We don't do a postal service because we're too slow. Or at least, I think that's the reason." "But the other railways have a service for it, even the Skarloey, and they're just as slow as us," Jock retorted. The others couldn't think of anything else they could say, so went to sleep instead. Jock kept thinking of the postal service for several days after that. There had to be a way to justify the service for the railway. One day, when he was at the quarry, the solution came to him. "Speed!" he cried. "Of course! The others are much too slow for the work. But I could manage, I think." And he let that idea bubble away in his boiler. His driver found him difficult to control after that. His safety valves would lift constantly, and he would always rush out from the station when they had to go. Worse still, he'd get dangerously close to the line's speed limit. The driver checked him every time, but still Jock continued to bucket along the line. Each railway line has its own set speed limit. This is for the safety of the train and the rails themselves. The Isledale Railway has a limit of 15 miles per hour. The slower speed also means the trains can stop quicker, and so exceeding the limit was dangerous. What Jock had failed to realise was that the post vans also went to the same towns as he did, and their routes crossed over the railway line. Jock was returning with his down passenger train, racing along the line when he saw something up ahead. A post van was stuck at an unmanned crossing. The driver had just gotten out of his van to get help when he saw Jock thunder down the line. He waved and shouted at Jock to stop, and the engine's brakes came on. There was a screech, a groan, and a dull thud as Jock came to a rather abrupt stop against the van's tyre. No one was badly hurt, but the lorry driver had some stern words for Jock, who was dazed and confused. Eventually, a tow truck came for the post van, and Frank took Jock and his train back to the bottom station. Frank shunted Jock to the side by the standard gauge line and took the coaches away for inspection. Jock felt miserable about the accident, and dreaded what the others would say when they saw him next. But he needn't worry about them. Word had spread quickly down the line about Jock's postal plight, and the two Scots were quite eager to see him. "Hey, Donald! Did you hear about young Jock's recent trial for the post trains?" "Aye, I did. Ah, well, you know what they say. If you cannot join them, beat them." Jock doesn't talk about postal services anymore. He thinks them quite unnecessary.